Hi there, John Millerosty here. I'm just going to give you some exercises today for one of my clients. She has a bit of a problem with her pelvis and lumbar spine, so I wanted to give her some core exercises she can do that will help her with her sport, in particular tennis, which she enjoys quite a bit. So what we're going to do for that is get her to come and lay on her side like this. Knees are bent at the hips, so knees are bent at 90 degrees and hips are bent at 45 degrees, holding the core in, lifting the pelvis off the ground, so there's a nice gap underneath here, okay? So you want to get your oblique muscles working, like so, keeping those nice and tight, sucking the tummy at the same time to make sure the core is centered correctly. And what you can now go to is lift the leg up to the side, so your knees are about 1.5 feet apart, and your feet are still together, and sustain this there for about 10 seconds, okay? Making sure, of course, while you're doing this, that your head is in line with the rest of your spine. You're not like this or down like this. It is a nice neutral position. And then what you want to do is after 10 seconds, bring it back down again, and then try to repeat for 10 repetitions, nice and slowly. Remember to breathe out as you lift, and breathe in as you lower. So out as you lift, and in as you lower. Once you've done that, if you feel comfortable to do so, continue to hold the position for a further 10 seconds, whilst of course maintaining the tension in your stomach and your oblique muscle here and the glute muscle here, and then releasing back down. Repeat that, of course, on both sides if you can. Now the other exercises I recommended, of course, are the arm openings, which are really good as well. These are good to do for repetition, so get yourself a pillow for your head, keep your knees bent, arms in front like so. Again, maintaining tension in the stomach. If you've got an elastic band you can play with, you can pull this apart and stretch over like so, and do this for repetitions, okay? So breathe out as you lift, stretch as far as you can comfortably, and breathe in as you come back to the middle again. So breathe out as you lift, rotate to the side, and breathe in, and come back to the middle again. As you do this, of course, make sure that every breath you do, you stretch further and further to the side without compromising your spine, of course. We don't want to put too much torsion through the spine. Ideally repeats for 10 to 20 repetitions on each side. Of course, the purpose of this is to give you an increased rotation through your thoracic spine, so the lumbar spine isn't working quite so hard. And of course, you get a bit of a stretch in your hips as well, but it's not quite as strong. So all the movement is starting from the top down. So it's perfect for a lot of the sports like golf or tennis, where you want to put the power through here, but maintaining a nice strong pelvis. Okay, and finally, of course, my favourite exercise, known of course as the bird dog by some practitioners, is you lay down on all fours like this, shoulders back and down to create tension through your latissimus dorsi, holding your tummy in, of course, all the while. This should be nice and tight underneath here. You then bring one leg out behind you, like so, lifting the foot off the ground. You can't really see this very clearly, but at the moment my foot is actually, if I move to here you see better, my foot's about there, and the other arm then comes up in front, and you sustain that there for about 30 seconds. Repeat it on the other side. The leg comes out behind you, nice and straight. Don't lift the leg too high, okay? Because otherwise you start, as I do that, you see my lower back starts to hinge. So you only lift it as far as your glutes will allow. And then keeping the tummy in, bring the other arm across in front of you, hold that there for 30 seconds as well, and sustain that position, and back down again. You may need to start off just doing arms, or just doing legs on their own, okay? And then we say, as most people do opposite arm and leg after you've done the individual arms and legs. So that should take you about 30 seconds to do each position as well. Once you've done that, repeat that 2 to 3 times each week. It's also worthwhile stretching as well, so making sure, of course, that your hips are stretched, so there's the glute muscles and the hamstrings. A simple way to do that is to pop on your back and putting your hands behind the back of the knee and pulling the leg as high as you can and as straight as you can while bringing the toes down. What I do from the glutes is simply to take the knee, pull it across the body to the opposite shoulder, and again also sustain this for about 30 seconds. So there we go. Give those exercises a try, and see how you get on. See you soon. Take care.